I haven't seen much about this player being a possible trade target for the Sox, but if he is, he could be an excellent pickup. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and on the Red Sox never-ending quest to improve this rotation, they may end up having to turn to the trade market. Now, there are a couple of guys on the trade market right now who have been made publicly available, but to me, I have a feeling that the Red Sox, if they are going to trade for a starting pitcher, this pitcher is going to come out of nowhere. He's going to be someone nobody is talking about, and someone right now who no one is talking about and who could be an excellent fit for this Red Sox team is a guy by the name of Braxton Garrett. So what we are going to do in today's videos, we're going to break down why Garrett could be an excellent fit with the Boston Red Sox. We're going to talk about what the cost of getting him to the Sox may look like and whether or not that's too much or too little. And we're going to talk about whether or not this trade is actually possible. But before we get into that, just a heads up, we are going to be live tonight on this channel right around 7 p.m. Eastern time doing our bi-weekly Red Sox Hot Stove live session. We talk about everything going on with the Sox right now, rumors, news, anything you guys want to mention. Plus, last time we were live, Alex Verdugo got traded to the New York Yankees. Maybe we could be a good luck charm again, and something will happen tonight live on stream. So if you want to be there, again, it is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. For those of you who may not be familiar with Braxton Garrett, Garrett is a starting pitcher in the Miami Marlins organization. The left-handed starter has really started to make a name for himself at the national level, but there are a couple of different reasons why the Boston Red Sox should be interested in bringing in a guy like Garrett. The first is his statistics. Garrett has spent basically 1.5 seasons at the major league level. He had made some appearances in 2020 and 2021, but really started to solidify himself in the Marlins rotation in 2022, where he appeared in the most games so far in his career up until that point at 17. During that time, he posted a 3.58 ERA, an extremely similar 3.56 FIP, which basically means he was performing right up to his ERA stat. He wasn't getting lucky, he wasn't getting unlucky, he was performing right up to that 3.58 ERA. Top of that, he had a 1.250 WHIP, which led to a 1.15 ERA plus, or about 15% more productive in that first fullish season than the average player in Major League Baseball. A solid first half season in the league. But in 2023, this is where he really started to make a name for himself on a national scale. He was able to have his first legitimate full season in Major League Baseball, pitching in 31 games and starting 30 of those. During that time, he had a 3.66 ERA. Again, a really similar 3.68 FIP. This guy doesn't get super unlucky on the mound. He doesn't get lucky on the mound. This guy pitches directly up to what his ERA is. He lowered his WHIP in 2023 from 1.250 to 1.146, and all of this led to a 1.22 ERA plus, or about 22% more productive than the average pitcher in the game. And this was just his first full season in Major League Baseball. What led to a lot of his success this year is the fact that he really didn't walk anybody. Well, close to anybody. The left-hander had a walk rate of just 4.4% in 2023, which was in the 97th percentile in Major League Baseball, meaning that only 3% of qualified Major League pitchers walked less batters than Braxton Garrett. He's not a super heavy strikeout guy with a fastball sitting around 91 miles an hour, but he has a pretty deep arsenal with some really funky stuff, which led to a lot of chases on pitches outside of the zone in 2023 in the 76th percentile and a really high ground ball rate of 49%. He didn't get a ton of strikeouts, but what he got was a ton of weak contact, at least on the ground. Overall, his pitching run value in 2023, which basically, for those of you who don't know, assigns a numeric value to every pitch you throw. Basically, if it's a bad pitch, you get a negative value. If it's a good pitch, you get a positive value. And for Braxton Garrett in 2023, he finished with an 11 for pitching run value, which only 21% of qualified pitchers had a better pitching run value than Braxton Garrett in 2023. Basically, what I'm saying is his first full season in Major League Baseball was extremely successful. If he had been on the Boston Red Sox in 2023, he would have been their best starting pitcher, and the fact that this was only his first full season in the league points to the fact that he could even get better, potentially emerging as an ace at some point in the near future. Braxton Garrett statistically is a menace on the mound and clearly an easy target for the Boston Red Sox, but outside of the fact Braxton Garrett is great on the mound, mound is the fact that he is a longer-term solution to the Red Sox problem. We've heard from multiple sources this offseason that it's more than likely that the Red Sox are going to be looking for longer-term solutions to the rotation as opposed to short-term rentals. They're not as interested in guys like Corbin Burnes, Tyler Glasnow, Shane Bieber, who only have 1 year left of their contract. They're more so interested in players who have a more controllable future than those guys. And Braxton Garrett fits right into that category. Because he's only spent one full season in the league, Braxton has some experience in Major League Baseball while also having control up until 2029, giving the Boston Red Sox 6 years guaranteed of Braxton Garrett, which is something the Red Sox should be extremely interested in, especially if they're not super interested in short-term rentals. So what you've got potentially in Braxton Garrett is a potential ace with a long-term contract, basically, that allows the Red Sox to not only get younger in their rotation, which leads to more than likely more durability, right? The younger your rotation is, the less chance of injury, just statistically talking, makes sense for the Red Sox. On top of that, you're getting more talented as well. Those are sort of the three big pillars that the Red Sox should be looking at in terms of how they're going to transform their rotation going into 2024 and beyond 2024 as well. Garrett would be that sort of big fish type acquisition that could easily slot into that number 1 or number 2 spot in your rotation and really help turn it around. It makes all the sense in the world why the Boston Red Sox would be interested in a trade target like Braxton Garrett. And again, this feels like the type of player who the Red Sox would go after that would sort of just come out of nowhere, right? Where one night you're just sitting there trying to have your hot chocolate, watching the Polar Express, and you get a notification of the Red Sox trade for this guy, and you're like, what the hell? How did this happen, right? This feels like that type of signing. But what would it take to get Braxton Garrett here? Is it worth it? And what are the odds that the Marlins are open to doing this? In terms of the first part of this question, what it's going to cost the Red Sox, it's going to be a bit pricey. The fact that Braxton Garrett had such a fantastic statistical season in 2023, combined with the fact that he is a cost-controlled starting pitcher for about 6 seasons, makes him immediately a very pricey pitcher. For the Red Sox, what this means is in order to even attempt to get Braxton Garrett, you're going to have to put some notable names on the table. One scenario I came up with here, not the only scenario that's possible, but one scenario that could work here would be a package from the Red Sox that includes Jarren Duran, Nick York, and Emmanuel Valdez. For the Miami Marlins, they need one thing. They need offensive potential. They have a fantastic bullpen. They have a fantastic rotation, but their offense really struggled at times. They even made the postseason with a negative run differential. They were an extremely rare team last year, and in order to be successful in 2024, they're going to have to get better offensively. What the Red Sox are providing here is an immediate boost to your offense. Jarren Duran, as we know, is a game changer when he's healthy. He could immediately be one of the Miami Marlins' best offensive players, and Emmanuel Valdez has a ton of offensive potential. You could immediately plug him into a lineup somewhere, and then you add in Nick York, who, again, we've talked about this before, may not be a top 100 prospect, but he's sitting there right on the edge of one. He's a fantastic bat and a guy who has a lot of offensive potential at the big leagues as well. These are 3 guys who are either at the major league level or very close to the major league level that could immediately improve the Miami Marlins offensive potential. But there are going to be some snags in here when we're talking in terms of the possibility of this happening. Now, we know for a fact that the Miami Marlins are at least actively listening to trade possibilities regarding their starting pitchers. John Heyman reported this back on December 6th. You know for a fact that they are at least listening. The problem here is that the last time the Red Sox looked into trading for a starting pitcher from Miami, they were dead set on getting Tristan Casas. If they continue to be dead set on getting Tristan Casas, this probably ends in a bit of a stalemate, right? I don't see the Boston Red Sox getting rid of Tristan Casas. He feels like a guy who, in my opinion, is someone the Red Sox have is off limits. So if the Miami Marlins are dead set on getting Casas, these talks probably pretty quickly die. But if the Miami Marlins are open to other possibilities, bolstering their offense in other areas around this team, this could be something that could could legitimately happen, especially because they match so well. The Marlins need offense. The Red Sox have a surplus of offense right now. Red Sox need pitching. The Marlins have a surplus of pitching right now. If they were to make a trade, it would make all the sense in the world. Now, I know what the Red Sox are giving up is a lot. I know Jarren Duran is an extremely impactful bat, and I understand that he is a really important guy to the Red Sox, and I really hope that they're able to hold on to him. But at the same time, too, the Red Sox desperately need pitching. They need pitching bad. You have a surplus of outfielders. You can make your season work and still be successful without a Jarren Duran, as much as it would hurt. And I think for the Red Sox, the cost to get Braxton Garrett, while high, may be worth it. If I were in charge of the Red Sox and this was the offer that the Miami Marlins brought to me, I think I'm saying yes. But that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below. Taking a look at this trade, taking a look at what it would cost to get Braxton Garrett, is this someone that you'd be interested in? Why or why not? Let me know all your thoughts on an underrated trade target for the Boston Red Sox in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Don't forget, we are going to be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time on this channel. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.